Welcome back. I just finished teaching class, sweated, dried, about to sweat a little more. Let us talk about core stuff, right? So our core, not just our abdomen, but everything that is surrounding our torso, right? Transverse abdominis, obliques, internal and external. All of the core muscles. And we're talking about back body too. So we have our QL, quadratus lumborum. We have our spinatus, infraspinatus. All of these muscles help us to stabilize our center body. One of my friends said this, and I've been saying it ever since. I'm sure she was taught it in training, and I've been teaching it in my training. Proximal stability allows for distal mobility, right? So if we can keep our core strong and engaged, our limbs can move functionally and freely. So I want to start you all here. Let's focus on the feeling of just hanging out here. Let the limbs sway left and right. Let me know in the comments if you can see me comfortably in this video. If I'm too far away, if I need to be closer, let me know. So we're just hanging out here. Now, I want you to bring awareness to your back and your hips, your low back. Our sacrum is resting on the floor, but we want a very soft arch in our low spine. So much so that you can slide a hand, a finger, a pencil underneath your low back. Just enough. This gives us the ability to stabilize not only through the front side of our body, but through our back. You'll hear a lot of instructors say, press your low back into the floor. Now, while that is functional in some aspect, everybody's spine and everybody's body doesn't work that way. And when you have that slight arch, it gives you a lot more access to engage the low belly, your low core, and your back muscles. So you want to create long spine, bring awareness, bring attention to your core. Hands can cross over shoulders or rest down by your sides. Now I want to butt jump here. So squeeze the pit of the belly. Find this flow of the low back. Now here, our low back is pressing, but that is because our sacrum is now lifted and your lower back down. The low back lifts. So the butt jump, I see it all the time. It's not a dropping of the hips like this, right? And you can even use your arms. It's not a candlestick. And I was doing that for the longest time myself. To just pop up here and slower, like cool, it works. But what we're looking for is to really focus on the lower abdomen. So squeeze through the low belly and lift up. Squeeze to lift and then lower. You could squeeze and just hang out here. And that is what I'm trying to get my students to see. You are, in fact, if you wish to be. Control the descent. Engage to squeeze. And notice I can still breathe. I can still talk fully. And we'll slowly lower. Good. We'll take 10 more of those. You can point your toes if that feels good for you. You can flex your feet if that feels good for you. But really focus on engaging and drawing in through center. All while drawing the midpoint of your belly, right beneath your belly button, in towards your spine. This avoids what is called doming in the core. So you can actually engage and activate that low belly and build definition and foundation. I don't know how many we've done. Honestly, I've just been doing them. So let's do another 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Take a happy baby, knees in towards armpits. Rock left, rock right. Now, while we're here in this passive opening, we'll bring some core stability to it. Knees and triceps connect. Keep pressing them, let the hands go. Here you have inverted crow on your back. That same activation of your low belly is engaged. The pelvis is lifting up toward the rib cage. The tailbone is floating off of the floor. This is crow pose on your back. Feel the pit of your belly in this moment. See, now, personally, I've been working on crow to handstand for a while now. And this is where it all starts. Finding that lower belly engagement here, and then bringing it out to here and still keeping that tension. And to draw it back in, knees to triceps. And then have breath on top of that. So allow the breath to move easily. And keep that engagement. Sacrum rest, low back slightly lifts off the earth. And when you draw back in, you'll curl up, knees to triceps. Good job if you are participating. If not, start the video over and join me. Beautiful job. We'll take 5 more of these. Now you can also bring knees to triceps and touch the feet, squeeze them to one another if that works for you. They can separate on the extension. And you'll hug in. Take 2 more. Last one, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy baby. Rock left and right. You can take support here. Feet draw to one another. Knees extend out wide. Beautiful job. Hug your knees in towards heart. Rock and roll front to back for high boat. Hands that wrap around shins are very helpful, right? So this helps us to use momentum to roll up. If you don't use your hands here, it takes a lot more core stability to lift yourself up. So use some support to help the roll. That is how we do it. And that way you can focus on engaging the core, yes, but encouraging momentum at the same time. This is how you find ease in your effort. We'll take 2 more rocks and we'll stop in high boat. Take your time. How slow can you go? High boat, shoulders down and back, chest high. Ankles in line with knees. Heels in line. I'm saying the same thing. You get what I'm saying. Now, reach towards your ankles, shoulders hug onto your back. Core stability, same thing situation here. Crown is up. If you'd like, you can always extend the legs or you can bend them. Now notice, let the extension of your legs be a quad thing. Your core is the same amount of engaged regardless of if your legs are extended or not. It just makes lowering down a little more strenuous versus if your legs were bent. You'll just press out long and lift back up. Press out and lift. We'll take 3 more. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Last one, lower. This time we'll lift. Reach up towards your feet, grab your ankles, grab your foot, or you can take your big toes. Regardless of what you choose, you're pressing your feet into your hands, and your hands are pulling back into your feet. Shoulders re-engage down the back. This is balance. So we're using that tension between the hands and feet to maintain it, and we're keeping our core stable and our spine long. Now, from here, release and slowly lower. Beautiful job. Release all the way down to the mat. Full breath here. Exhale. Great job. Stack your knees over hips. Reach your fingertips straight up. Slowly lower your arms overhead. Thumbs just about touch the floor. Shoulders hug down towards your hips. Fingertips spread wide. Now, how I like to do it, if you can see your toes and your knees, from your perspective, line up your knee and toe, and that should put your ankles in line with your knees. Full breath in. Exhale, lower your heels an inch off the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, reach the legs out long to hover. Shoulders can stay down this whole time. Knees stack, heels hover. Bring them back over your hips. Inhale, heels lower. Exhale, legs long. Inhales, draw in. Exhale, restack, knees over hips. Breathe to lower. Exhale, reach. Inhale in. Exhale, stack. Beautiful job. Breathe. Kick it out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. In. Hover. Bring it in. Restack. Last one. Hover here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Extend. 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2. Restack. 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Knees over. Hug in. Take a breath. Exhale. Rock left and right. If you need another happy baby, feel free to take it. Now from here, same core momentum with your rock and rolls. We'll rock and roll and stand. Take as many as you need, maybe 3, but press the feet, reach forward. Feel your core help you out. You have to let the momentum move you forward. That's 2. Press, reach, and rise up to stand. Extended mountain, breathe in. Hands to heart. Adjust yourself, adjust your footing. Set up for chair pose. So feet are lined up, heels in line with the second and third toe. Reach your fingertips straight up. Now notice, if you are here, when you come back here, biceps by your ears or behind, your rib cage is still drawing down. So we're keeping engagement in the rib cage. Knit the ribs in. Pelvis follows rib cage. Breathe into that length. Heels drive down and out. Send your hips back and down. Notice if your knees are cracking forward over your toes, gently pull your hips back. Now, allow this to happen. Let your torso lean forward. Notice the rounding in the back. Shoulders hug down toward the hips. Squeeze your core, but lengthen the spine. Notice the more you lift your torso up, the more engagement you can find in your core. So imagine you're doing a crunch here, but you're keeping your spine long simultaneously. It gives us a lot of activation, and you can draw your hips back and still lift the chest. Remember, it's a practice. So you check these things that I'm cueing, and you readjust them with every breath, with every moment. We're going to be here for another 5 breaths. Refocus on the core. Take another in. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Great. Feet to touch, knees wide. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, drape over your thighs. Seated butterfly fold. Our core is the foundation for majority of the movements we do in a yoga practice. So sometimes we may need to take time to focus solely on our core and build some foundation. If your hip flexors were taking a lot of the work, bring your feet flat and take them out wide. Let both knees roll over. 90-degree variation here. Line up your knees and ankles, hips and knees.
Rotate back through center. And you can turn toward the side of your yoga mat, if that works. Rock left and rock right. Just to find that opening, that movement. You can even add an extra twist. Now, regardless of what you choose as a yoga practice, my invitation to you, no matter what class it is to find a point of stillness. That can be Shavasana, that can be a seated meditation, but allow for that pause, allow for that reset. Tune into you. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. So you allow your breath to find stillness and ease. Allow your body to follow suit. Be present in the now. Let go of anything outside of that. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time, breathe into the top and pause. Empty out, pause at the bottom. Bring your breath back to normal. Feel free to remain on your back in Shavasana. If you're seated, hands connect at heart center. May you continue to lead with love, for love will certainly follow. Hands to the mouth. May you speak with gratitude and with grace, with compassion and with kindness. Hands to your forehead. The big, beautiful, bright light within me sees, honors, cherishes, loves, and is inspired by the big, beautiful, bright light within each and every one of you. Inhale. As we bow together, we say, Namaste. If you like today's core stability, let me know in the comments. If you want a little more, if you want it to be longer or more dynamic, say the word down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love.